Welcome back to another live watch along. Tonight we have Inter Miami versus Necaxa in the second game for Inter Miami in Leagues Cup. Another big match. They're going to have to score some goals tonight if they want to advance to the next phase of Leagues Cup and get their automatic qualifying spot for the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Hope you all are having a great Saturday night. Excited to see what happens in this match. Also, a lot of news happening in Major League Soccer right now. It's been crazy last couple days. Big news today about Sun. If you haven't checked that video out, you should check it out after this live stream. We also will be doing a post-game recap like we always do. But man, this is great time to be alive. Great time to be covering Major League Soccer. Really having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are having fun enjoying the coverage and everything that's happening and all the news. Before we get into this game, because I want to preview or talk about what you guys think, what I think about this Necaxa versus Inter Miami game, make sure you give the stream down below a like, share it with a friend. Let's grow the audience as much as we can. Let's try to get as many people in here as we can to enjoy this match. And also, too, if you have any questions, make sure you fire my way. I mean, we're here to have a good time during this game. See who wins. We'll preview, see what you guys think, what the scoreline is going to be, like we always do. Let's see. Gulf Coast Florida Man says, "Ayo, how are you doing, Gulf Coast Florida Man?" Angus, a member of the channel, says, "Hey Will, how are you doing?" I am doing good, my friend. It's a great night for some Saturday night soccer, and a lot of news happening in Major League Soccer's last couple of days. A lot of big news. Rando says, "Should be a good game. I wouldn't underestimate Necaxa." Yeah, Necaxa, didn't they just recently? I think that they beat Atlanta United, if I'm not mistaken, in their first game. MNB says it is hot in Miami. It's always hot in Miami. It's always hot in Miami, but I would bet it's probably really hot today. I would assume it's really probably hot and humid today. At least we don't have a weather delay, no rain or lightning delay, which I might have cursed us by saying that. Angus says Miami wins in PKs 2-2. Both teams have recently been doing well. Michael Donnelly says, does Miami have to win by 2 or more goals today and Wednesday to qualify? They have to win all their games, and they have to win them pretty convincingly. I would say that they probably do need 3 or 4 goal difference in the next 2 games if they want to advance to the next round of the Leagues Cup Final 4 of each league phase. Eric says MLS teams need to keep the momentum of signing huge names going. I'm assuming going forward. Yeah, no, I agree. They need to keep signing big names and need to keep giving people who are casual fans a reason to want to watch these games who aren't their team, which is what I kind of talked about earlier. They need to get people who don't normally watch LAFC or Vancouver. They need to give these people a reason why they should watch them, right? Like the NFL, the NBA, those leagues sell their big-time players on their teams to give the casual audience a reason to watch those games. If any of you guys are fans of the NFL like me, even though you have a team, if there's a big time matchup, you're going to watch it. If there's a Chiefs versus Bengals, if there's a Chargers versus Ravens or something like that, you're going to watch it because you want to see what's going on. You want to see these big time players. You got to give the casuals a reason to watch more than just their team. Michael says, greetings from Chile. Appreciate you for tuning in, my friend. Rando says, Miami need to score loads of goals. They do. They need to score a significant amount of goals if they want to guarantee they're going to win. Because if there's a tiebreaker, if Miami wins out and other teams win out, it's going to go down to the goal difference. And Miami currently only have a 1 goal difference. Let me real quick. They only have a 1 goal difference right now. Roz says, Vamos Inter Miami. MNB says Sun is good exposure, but I just hope he will be motivated because he has looked a bit cooked recently. Yeah, he definitely has looked like he might have taken a step back, but you have to keep in perspective that Tottenham was really bad, and I talked about this a little bit on my video. Tottenham have been really bad and haven't given him much help, and they were the 17th team in the Premier League in 2024, 2025. So I think when he comes here, he'll be reinvigorated. He will be I think he'll be motivated to prove himself. And just because you might not be the best player or one of the best players in the Premier League anymore, doesn't mean you can't be one of the best players in Major League Soccer. I think it's an incredible signing, and I'm very excited to see what he does. Eric says Germans for Thomas Muller and South Koreans for Sun. MLS is growing. I agree it is. And I made this post earlier saying that Sun plus Messi has more global appeal than Ronaldo and all the Saudi players combined, and I believe that because you have Son, the biggest player in Asia, and then you have Messi, the biggest player in the world, and you put them together, and it's bigger than the Saudi league. Roller says, "What's up, Will?" Roller, I haven't seen you here in a while, my friend. It's good to see you. It's been a couple, maybe even a couple weeks, maybe a couple months since I've seen you. Pluto says Son and Messi have more global appeal than all the players combined. Yeah, exactly. They do. That's why I said they do. Because, like I just said, Son is the biggest player in all of Asia by far. It's not even close. And Asia is the most populated continent in the world. And then Messi is the biggest player in the world. You add those two together, it's not even close. A. Michael says 17th in the Premier League, won the Europa League. That's true. They did win the Europa League. They still, that's funny, though, that the 17th place Premier League team was able to win the Europa League. Rando says a good ending for Son winning a trophy for the Spurs and now moving to LAFC. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what he does. Nino says, Vamos Necaxa. I'm assuming you're saying they're going to win 3-0 over Inter Miami. Maybe. Don't speak Spanish. Pluto says, I mean, Saudi is in the map because they brought players with outrageous amount of money. Exactly. Not necessarily big names outside of Ronaldo and maybe, I mean, Benzema, yes, but he kind of fell off when he went there. And Sadio Mane, I don't know. There's just not really anybody, a lot of underwhelming players, in my opinion. Roller says, yeah, man, I've just been locked in on watching the games on TV, not really been on YouTube and Twitter too much, but saw you tweet you were live. Oh, I'm glad you stopped by to join us. It's been a minute since you've been in here. Well, hopefully this is a good game. Leagues Cup. Hey, it's kind of turned it's kind of shifted a little bit because the first night Liga MX had dominated MLS. There wasn't a single MLS team to win outright in regulation. It was only Montreal who won on PKs. And then from that point forward, MLS has just been completely dominating. Completely dominating. Now, is that going to last? Who knows? But right now, Major League Soccer is dominating Liga MX in this tournament. But no matter what, no matter how bad or how good teams do or leagues do in this tournament, 4 teams from each league are going to advance into the next round. Pluto says, I love Son. It's too sad I can't draft him on my fantasy. I mean, you could play some as MLS fantasy. I've never played MLS fantasy. I think they have MLS fantasy. Eric Saul said Son joins LAFC as MLS's Shohei Ohtani to the Dodgers moment. I think it's actually bigger, to be honest with you, because Son's obviously globally recognized because of soccer's a more popular sport than baseball. So I think actually And by the way, Miami has shifted to a 4-4-2 in this game. They played a 4-2-3-1 in the first match against Atlas. They're playing a 4-4-2 in this match. We'll see if that makes any difference for Inter Miami. But I think Sun is a bigger deal, in my opinion, than Shohei Ohtani. Just because baseball's not a I mean, it is, I guess, the second most popular maybe sport in the world. Probably basketball is, but I think Sun is more internationally recognizable than Shohei Ohtani is. Pluto says there are big names, but at the end of the day, it's money for me, so it's not the passion money luring the players in. Hugh Kenny says he hopes Miami loses today. That's his ritual. He hates Miami, but he might be getting an LAFC kit now because of a son going there. Angus says not much appeal in Saudi to live in, as I have seen firsthand. I would think that the players would want more freedom and legacy. Yeah, I think that the money thing is, I mean, I guess it's appealing at first. It's a lot of money, but we'll see how it looks long term. We'll see how it looks long term. But hey, listen, let's go ahead and talk about this game. All right, so Miami have to win this game if they want to advance to the next round. What do you think the score of this match is going to be between Necaxa and Inter Miami? What is your score going to be, or your prediction of score for this Inter Miami versus Necaxa match? Who's going to win? What's the scoreline going to be? Mr. Mister says he thinks it's going to be 2-1 Miami. I think if Miami wants to advance, they're going to have to win by more than just 2-1. They are going to have to win by more than just 2-1 if they want to guarantee their spot in the next round of the Leagues Cup seeding phase, or the quarterfinals. Remaining 8 teams. They're going to have to score. They're going to have to get more than just one goal difference in this game. Mr. Mister also says it's been a pretty decent tournament so far. I agree with that. It has been. It's been a lot more enjoyable than last year. Last year's Leagues Cup was a complete and total dud. It was a complete and total dud. Very, very lackluster is what I would say. Very, very lackluster. Michael says he thinks it's going to be 2-0 Inter Miami. Cringe, a member of the channel, says, "Hey, Will, appreciate you for joining in for both streams, like you and Mr. Mister. And I think Angus was here earlier for the Sun live stream we did earlier today as well. Cringe thinks it's going to be 3-1 Inter Miami. Pluto says 4-1 Miami. Tony Fiddler says, I agree, 2-1 Miami. Miami wins all 3, but does not advance. That would be bad news for Major League Soccer. Very bad news. Very bad news for Major League Soccer if that were the case. Kenny says, even though I hate the Leagues Cup, this feels better than the past 2 years. Wow, so you think it's better than the past 2 years? Well, I would say it's definitely better than last year, but the first year was just different because it was new and it kind of had that shine, that gleam, that sparkle. But this year is definitely better than last year because we don't have to watch these meaningless MLS games where we see this all like every week. We don't have to see 2 MLS teams playing Leagues Cup, at least not yet. We get to just see Liga MX and Major League Soccer play each other. Mr. Mister says last year's Leagues Cup just wasn't memorable. The only thing I remember about last year's Leagues Cup, Mr. Mister, the only thing I remember is that LAFC got their ass beat by the Columbus Crew. That is the only thing I remember about last year's Leagues Cup. That's the only thing. And I said this earlier, the reason why I'm excited about this is because we don't have any BS filler games where it's MLS versus MLS. And obviously we get to see, Messi playing in this makes it feel more legitimate. And we get to see some of these new players get their debuts for their teams in this tournament, which is really cool. I'm glad that we get to see Rodrigo De Paul. He made his Miami debut in this tournament, which is cool as hell. Makes it feel more, what's the word? I'm like there's a little bit more legitimacy to this. There'd be more legitimacy if they played this in Mexico, or if Liga MX won it this year. That would make it feel more legitimate, but we'll just see what happens. Cringe says nothing beats the first Leagues Cup, pure magic from Inter Miami. Okay, let me give my score prediction before this kicks off. I think Inter Miami is going to win this game 3-0. I think they have a clean game defensively. I think that the attack is a lot better today. I think Rodrigo De Paul is going to have a better match this game than he did last game. Not to say he had a bad game last game. He had a good game. For his first match, not knowing his teammates, hardly any chemistry with his teammates. I think he had a good first game. I think he has a better game this time. And I think that Tadio Ayande is going to have he's going to have a way better match than he did last game. Because here's the thing, it's hard to have a worse match than he did last game. He played terrible. He was the worst player for Miami last game. So there's only room to go up at this point. He can't really get any worse. So I think it's going to be 3-0 Inter Miami. That's my prediction. 3-0 Inter Miami. They get their 3-goal difference, and it helps them in their uh, chase to advance to the final 8. Mr. Mister says last year for me, the only memorable thing was Cucho Hernandez. Yes, I agree. He was the most dominant player, I think, in the entire tournament, which led to him getting his move. Well, it's part of the reason he's been dominating it. He had been dominating with the crew for a while, but that helped him get his move to Betis. Vamos Sounder says this year does seem more exciting. 7-0 might help. And that's another thing. That Cruz Azul game was crazy against the Seattle Sounders. That was interesting. And Vamos, Cheyenne, you know the bet. You know what has to happen if they advance. Involves the Space Needle. Cringe says that nothing beats the first League's Cup. Pure magic from Inter Miami. Very memorable, incredible run, Hollywood story. One of the best tournaments I've ever watched when it involves MLS. Very, very, very hard to beat that first League's Cup. Angus says, I totally ignored last year's League's Cup. And he also says there are some killer restaurants in London. I have never been to London. Maybe one day I'll go. Mr. Mister says this year I've already seen Seattle batter Cruz Azul. They did. They beat the hell out of them. Hugh Kenny says MLS and Liga MX, a battle that will never end. Well, hopefully, if it never ends, they both keep getting better instead of staying the same. Hopefully, they both leagues continue to get better. Cringe says, I would like to see Frey and Bright get some minutes with those guys. I feel confident and we'll take the win. Did you mean Real Betis? Yeah, I mean, did I? Yeah, I said Real Betis, right? Did I say Real Madrid? Ernest Aguilar says last year for me, the unmemorable moment or thing was Cucho Hernandez against LAFC. Yeah, he was incredible. Eric Saul says, imagine going to the gloomy skies and bland British food to sunny LA, stacked with Korean spots and bomb American eats. He is going to be living very well in LA. He's going to be a king in LA. And guess what? How much closer is he going to be to South Korea being in LA than London? Jesus says, I'm wondering how the Cruz Azul locker room is after that 7-0. The Mexican press can't stop talking about it. Well, I will say this: Cruz Azul is screwed. They're not going to advance to the next round. Their goal difference is too much. They're going to have to close the gap significantly to be able to advance to the next round. Even if they win their next 2 games 3-0, they're still at a -1 goal difference. So they're screwed. That loss really, really put them behind the 8 ball. That really screwed their chances of advancing far. Kyle says, let's hope Suarez scores tonight. He needs to get his confidence back. Yeah, he definitely needs to get his goal scoring confidence. His playmaking isn't too bad, but you need him to score goals. I said this earlier. There has never, I was telling Danny this other night from the Battered Herons. To my recent memory, at least I know the last 10 years, there has not been an MLS teams whose striker hasn't scored at least 15 or more goals and the team won MLS Cup. There has not been an MLS team whose striker has scored not 15 goals or less and they won MLS Cup. So you have to score 15 goals at least if you want your team to win MLS Cup. Your striker does. So we'll see what happens. Cringe says, can we talk about how bad Cruz Azul played against Seattle? Do you think it was a fluke or is Cruz Azul in bad shape? I mean, a lot of people were saying they're the favorite to win the tournament and that they were the best team in North or South America. That was crazy how they just posted that and then what happened that night. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think they're frauds. I don't know what the hell happened with them that night. That was crazy. I don't think anyone look, Seattle had an incredible game. I don't think anyone thinks that Seattle's actually 7-0 better than any team in Liga MX or MLS. They just had the game. They just played an incredible game. And is that a foul on Necaxa? It has to be. Maxi Falcone's got like absolutely obliterated. He's absolutely obliterated Maxi Falcone. Jesus. You not get a yellow for that? If MLS raised the salary cap to a decent amount, they leave Liga MX in the dust. Yes, they would. They'd leave any team in North or South America in the dust if they raise things up. They would be building some very, very good teams. Gemini says, by the way, Tottenham wasn't poor last season. They won Europa. Yeah, I mean they won Europa, but they finished 17th in the Premier League. I mean, they were one spot out of being relegated. How were they not poor last year? Michael Pelly says, are you surprised how much the MLS teams have run up the scores? That could make it tough for some of the better East MLS teams. Make it tough for some of the better East MLS teams. Why would it be tough for the why would it be tough for the East MLS teams? Cute Kenny says, even though the Galaxy won, it still doesn't matter. We so trash. Who knows, man? If Ricky Puig comes back and they get their confidence, who knows? Messi finds De Paul. De Paul finds Suarez. Suarez to Allende. And Allende with a terrible shot. I don't know if he was shooting or passing, but either way, the shit was trash. Normal Allende play. Ernest says, "Stadium is so close to K-Town, man. Buzz is already high. Even my non-soccer Korean fans are asking me for my season tickets to see Sun." I mean, that could have been close. Maybe that was a pass by Yande. I mean, Segovia was very close to that. Sun is a big deal. He is a huge deal for MLS. Huge deal. I think that I said this earlier, but I think he's the second biggest signing in, or no, not second, sorry, third biggest signing probably in MLS history. I would say he's the third biggest signing in MLS history. The jerseys he's gonna sell, the attention he's gonna bring, I mean, that was a bad giveaway by Segovia. What he's going to do is gonna be incredible. Oh my god, he's wide open. Suarez is wide open. What are you doing, Segovia? Oof. Hey, Hyundai is terrible. He's so bad. Hopefully, they can get the Facu or Facundo Palistri deal done, and they'll be able to have a huge upgrade on the right side. Gemini says he will be supporting LAFC now. I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be tuning in to LAFC. This is exactly what Major League Soccer needed. They needed to get bigger players, they needed to spread them out, and they needed to get that way because not ever, regardless of how good Messi is, a lot of people aren't fans of Messi. You need more players that can get more attention and more interest in the league, and I think Son's gonna do that. I mean, I've already seen it. There's a lot of hype between Son coming to MLS. This is a big deal. This is a huge, huge deal. Huge deal. And keep in mind, Son, he had an offer to go to Saudi Arabia, and they offered 30 million pounds to buy him, and he said no a year ago. Uh-oh. Now, is it pronounced okay, so are the rumors true of Ainge? Is it Ainge or Ang? Ainge? Yeah, the former Tottenham coach, may go to LAFC. Yeah, I mean, I think there has been some rumors about that. I don't know how serious they are, but yes, that would I think that, I think, Son actually liked playing for him regardless. Oh, Kenny says, "I think MLS teams, was was tired of losing to Liga MX. I don't know, man. I still think we got to win the Champions Cup before we can start bragging. I'm not going to brag about this at all, just because it's all. I mean, Miami has a home game every week. They're playing at home every week, so you have to think about that. I just can't brag about it. I can't brag about a win when the team is getting to play at home every week or every game. So you have to factor that in. Michael Pelé says if the West MLS teams have the goal difference, it could knock out any chance for the MLS East teams to make it to the knockout stage. I don't think that's going to happen though. I think that they'll. I mean, San Diego was a team that I thought was going to advance, and they haven't won a game, and they're the best team in the West for now. It's probably going to be LAFC now. Ooh, Inter Miami's looking a little shaky. Messi looks like he's got a little bit of a knock. I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's rubbing his hamstring right now. I think he'll be good. So what's the actual pronunciation? Is it Ange or is it Ang? Is it Angus? Angus? Teams do play football, good football, but he's so stubborn with the tactics unless it's a cup game. Have you heard the rumors of Peter Vermees was one of the potential candidates? No, there's no truth to that. There's no way Peter Vermees is getting the LAFC job. Messi's down. Vamos Saunders says one MLS team did already win the Champions League. Yeah, but that was 3 years ago. How many times have we lost it? How many times have we lost the Champions League final? Lost it several times. Thank God. Yeah, they're not going to hire Peter Vermees. If they're going to hire an MLS coach, it's going to be one of their assistants that's already on the team. I mean, Messi looks fine. It looks like he just has a little bit of a cramp, probably. I don't see anybody warming up right now, so that's obviously a plus. Let's see. Yeah, I think honestly it's probably just a cramp. I mean, it's hot in Florida right now. He's 38 years old. I would say it's probably just a cramp. Oh, Redondo might be going in. Uh-oh. 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 This could be bad. Let's see. Is he coming out? Yep, he's coming out for sure. Not ideal for Inter Miami. Not ideal. Messi comes out in the 10th minute. Wow. Wow. That's not good news for Inter Miami. Messi's out in the 10th minute. Federico Redondo comes in for Messi. We'll be curious to see how the formation changes and how they readjust. They'll probably have Rodrigo De Paul play out wide and have a Yande play next to probably play next to Suarez. Oh, beautiful pass from Suarez to Redondo or not Redondo, Rodrigo De Paul. Oh, Allende! Not Allende. Sorry, Talasco Segovia. What a beautiful goal. Talasco Segovia with an absolutely beautiful goal. Messi goes out, no problem. They score a goal. Talasco Segovia, 1-0. Miami over Necaxa. Wow, what a beautiful goal. What a beautiful goal. That's exactly what they needed. If they don't want to, if Messi isn't too seriously injured and they want to have a chance in playing, that's what they need. They got to win this game. They got to score some goals. Wow. What a beautiful goal by Talasco Segovia. What a beautiful goal. What a beautiful goal by Talasco Segovia. So I guess De Paul is going to be playing more as an De Paul is going to be playing, I guess, more underneath Suarez now. What a goal. What a great goal. Sorry, I got to share this on Twitter. That was an incredible goal. Things are opening up. Things are opening up for Inter Miami. Things have opened up. Inter Miami's not dead yet. Yep, DePaul's playing the 10 now. Mr. Mister says, of course it's Segovia. Yande couldn't do that. No, I don't think he could. Cringe says Segovia is definitely getting sold for a boatload of money. Maybe he will. Maybe if he can play consistently, maybe he will. Let's see what happens. You remember what I say about Miami guys? Miami never just score one goal. If they score one, then they'll at least score two, maybe three, maybe four, maybe five. But Miami never scored just one goal. Never. Never do. They've already got one early in the game. And here's the thing, like De Paul in La Liga and or a more technical league probably couldn't play a 10 effectively, but because he's just such a he's just a cut above most players in both of these leagues, he has the technical ability to be able to play a 10. So I think he'll be just fine. I mean, he did a hell of a job just saying on that first goal they got. Cringe says, "I feel Inter Miami plays better with Messi without Messi at times." I think is what you meant. I mean, sometimes it can open the game more because they're not forcing the ball to Messi, and it kind of like they don't really know who to close down on. So the game kind of opens up more when Messi's not on the pitch. But Messi is their best player by far. It's not even close. Kobar says DePaul is going to revert back to Padoria days when he would ball as a 10. He played more as attacking at Sampdoria. Cosmic Jojo says, I missed the Messi injury. What happened? It looked like he just pulled something, maybe a muscle strain, maybe a hamstring, but he pulled something and they subbed him off in the 10th minute. He walked on his own accord. He didn't have to be carried off the field or anything. So I think they're just being cautious. Now, obviously, he's frustrated because he had to leave the game, but I think they're just being cautious. DePaul is just a workhorse. He is. What a pass from Suarez to Alba. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you like the stream down below. We're at 22 likes. Let's try to get to 100 likes. Exciting game so far. Hell, I'm about to lose my voice already. I mean, I feel like I can already feel it starting to go. Hopefully it doesn't. Make sure you like the stream down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, we hit 8,100 subs today. 8,100 subs. 10,000. We're only 1,900 away from 10,000. We're getting closer and closer to 10K. I think we're going to hit 10K by the end of this year with ease. But we got to finish off Leagues Cup. Which we got to make sure that we have a incredible Leagues Cup finish. We got to make sure that we have an incredible summer transfer window finish, and then we'll see what happens. Oh shit! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Maxi Falcone with the red card. Are they going to review this? Maxi Falcone with the red card. Jorge Moss getting involved. I gotta see this. I gotta watch the replay. Okay, who's coming off? Is someone coming off? Let's see. Let's see if this is a red. Yeah, that was a bad pass from Cello. That's not a red? What? That is not a red. Are you kidding me? What? A red card? Dude, they need to look at that. What the hell was that? Dude, they need to go look at this. Go VAR right now. That is not a red card. That's a joke. Are you kidding me? But Mister, you look at it. He didn't even touch him barely. He flopped. Watch this. He touched him barely. Look at this. Look at this. That's a flop, bro. Come on, that's a flop. It doesn't. It's a flop. He barely touched him. That's a yellow at worst. That is not a red card. Are they gonna look at it? Are they gonna look at it? Nope. I guess they're not gonna look at it. I don't think that was a foul. I don't know about that. Listen, that shit was soft. That was not a foul. Even if it's the last defender, I don't think he fouled him right there. That's some soft stuff right there. That is some soft stuff. He barely touched him. That's not a foul in general. And I don't think that's a foul. I really don't think that's a foul. Even if it was reversed, if that was a Necaxa player and an Inter Miami attacker, I would say that is not a foul. It's not a foul. That's insane. That's absolutely insane that they call a foul on that. It's absolutely insane. That's crazy. That I just can't believe that's a red card. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this game opens up or what happens now that there's 10 men on the field. No Messi. We'll see what happens. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. That's crazy. We'll see what happens. Vieira check is complete. It's a red. I still think that was a flop like crazy. Mister says it is a soft one. I see what you're saying, but if the ref deems it a foul, he was the last man. Yeah. Well, we'll see what Inter Miami can do with 10 men. We'll see if Inter Miami can hold. They really needed to get. It looks like they got Sergio Busquets playing center back now. Oh, that's a lucky bounce to Noah Allen. Man, that really puts Miami in a bad spot. That was not a lot of you guys are saying you don't think this was a red. Sean Fisher says refs wanting to be part of the game. Q Kenny says, I'm surprised Club America is playing this game too. Tobar says, I hate Miami, but that's not a red. Ace Lionel says, there's no way that's a red. I swear these refs. I mean, that was a very, very soft red. I mean, I know it's the last defender, but I think I'll say I don't want to say it's a soft red because, like they said, it's the last defender. That was a soft foul, is what I should say. That was a very soft foul. I don't think that was a foul. I don't think that's a foul. I'm gonna try to find a picture of Maxi Falcone. Crazy. We'll see what happens. See if Miami can get another goal or two and not concede. Sergio Busquets is going to have a big game in the defense. And I think Suarez is going to have a big game too. Suarez is going to have to score. He can't just be. He can't. He creates chances. He had a decent. I look back on it. He had a decent game against Atlas, but he's going to have to score some goals. Angus says Miami needs to work hard and not get pissed off to their detriment. I agree with that. Cringe says this ref better call every fingertip touch. This got Necaxa just caught a huge break on that foul. Vamos Sanders says if Miami lose, would that greatly raise the chances for other MLS teams to advance? Yeah, it would for sure. I mean, I think that Miami might not advance even if they win this game because the goal difference. Miami might not advance even if they win this game. Even if they win this game, they might not advance. If they lose this game, they're in trouble. They need to get 3 points, and they need to get as many goals as they can. Ugh. Kenny says Miami is still probably going to win. I would say they might win. They have these they have every game they play. They have 1 or 2 plays where they just have these absolute blunders in the back line, and it gives the other team an incredible chance to score, and I'm just afraid that they're gonna do that tonight, and they're gonna concede, and they're going to not be able to score any more goals. Like I said, losing Messi is bad enough, but losing Messi and then being down to 10 men is a absolutely catastrophic start for Inter Miami. Absolutely catastrophic start for Inter Miami. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Miami, I feel like they're on borrowed time here. Oh my god, that was a great header. That was actually a crazy angle. He even got on that. Rocco's gonna have to have a good night or a good game tonight as well if they want to win. He had a good game against Atlas. Rocco's gonna have to have a good night. That was a nice header though. No lie, that was really nice. Crazy angle too. Ace Lino says so. No foul on Messi, but a soft touch from Falcone is a red. Yes, that's the way they're playing tonight or calling it tonight. Tony Fiddler says, hold on, win 1-0 and then win 8-0 in the final group match. Only hope to advance. I mean, I said this a couple days ago. There might be a team that is undefeated that doesn't make it, which seems kind of seems messed up when you say it out loud that an undefeated team might not make it to the next round. But that's kind of like what we're dealing with here. That could totally happen. A draw would be nice. I mean, a draw wouldn't happen. I mean, if they draw though, they won't advance. If they draw, they're not going to advance. Now, is Ryan Reynolds here tonight? Obviously, Necaxa's and Ryan Reynolds is involved in Necaxa now. Are they involved, or he's involved in Necaxa? Is Ryan Reynolds at the match tonight? I have not seen him. I don't know how involved he is. He obviously goes to Wrexham matches every year, but is he at this game? I don't know. Maybe we'll see him tonight. They mentioned him just now. Not gonna lie, the way that guy's rubbing Jordi Alba's hamstring right there is absolutely insane. That's crazy. Hellas Lucas says Necaxa should be an easy team to beat. We'll see. I don't know. They beat Atlanta. Galaxy would probably lose to Cruz Azul. Hate to admit it. They play Cruz Azul, right? Ashcan says, I watched your Sun Heung-min video. It's true that Tottenham finished 16th, but they won the Europa League. Was it 16th or 17th? I've heard. Can't remember if it's 16th or 17th. It looks like Luhan's coming in as well. Wonder who Luhan's coming in for. Johnny says, "Isn't it penalties if they draw? It's penalties if it goes to penalties. Well, if it's tied after regulation, it goes to penalties. The winner of penalties gets 2 points. The loser of penalties get 1 point." Wayne Bender says, "LMAO." I'm assuming you're talking about the Jordi Alba rub down. Emiliano says, "Yo, MLS Mike." Hugh Kenny says, "Tomorrow is the game." Well, we'll see. I mean, they look good against Tijuana. They won 5-2. Okay, so Tadeo Yande came out, and then Lujan's in. So it looks like Sergio Busquets will be playing in the middle again. Looks like they won't have a 10. It'll be a 4-4-1 is what they're going to be playing with. Maybe Rodrigo De Paul will still be a little bit advanced, but it looks like they're going to be playing more as a 4-4-1 right now. Necaxa lost to San Jose 5-0 last year, and Atlanta proved that San Jose are a bigger team. I mean, historically, they have more MLS Cups, so hasn't been the case recently. Q Kenny says the game was sold out. Are you going to try to go to that game? I might do it. I might do a Galaxy Cruz Azul watch along tomorrow. I might do that. I might be able to do that one. Mascherano is going defensive already. Yep, he is. Mascherano is setting up the low block. Oof. Good clearance by Cello. Rando says, shouldn't underestimate Necaxa since they have 11 players. Meanwhile, Miami 10. I mean, I'm not underestimating them. They're not a very good team, but I'm not underestimating them. I think that dude, this guy's the guy who got a Maxi Falcone a red card just flopped again, dude. The guy's flopping like crazy. He looks like a fish out there. He falls down so easily. Don't live in LA anymore. Well, that's unfortunate for you, Kenny. At least you'll be able to watch it, though. Angus says Necaxa is undefeated in their last 3 matches. Yeah, but it's so early in the Liga MX season, and obviously they've only played 1 match in Leagues Cup, and they beat Atlanta. Atlanta's been terrible this year. So I'm not discrediting them I'm not saying they're bad, but I don't think they're great. Ashcan says Tottenham may play PSG on August 13th in a Super Cup. It would be interesting if Son plays or not. He could be an LAFC player by then. I don't know if this is true, but this is just what I've heard. I heard he might get announced as early as tomorrow or Monday. as a new LAFC player. I heard he might get announced as a new player as early as tomorrow or Monday. I think he's definitely getting announced next week. I just don't know exactly what day. We'll just have to see. Guys, if you haven't already, we got 13 minutes left in the first half plus added time, which there'll probably be a lot of added time because the Maxi Falcone delay, the Lionel Messi injury. We'll probably get 5, 6, 7 minutes of added time. But make sure you like the stream down below if you haven't already. We've got 70 people in the chat right now. Great time tonight, even though Messi's out. Still an interesting match. And I think because they're down to 10 minutes, it's going to be even more interesting to see what happens. Make sure you like the stream down below. Also, subscribe to the channel. We're at 8,100 subscribers. And it's because of you guys, the support you show this channel. Biggest MLS content show that there is, or biggest MLS channel that there is. And I appreciate your guys' support for making me that. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit the little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos or live watch alongs or emergency live streams. Have Hope says, is it me or is Messi sub was really a protection sub instead of an injury sub? Oh, and they concede. Tying goal for Necaxa. Nightmare for Inter Miami. Let's see who conceded that or see who failed to mark him. Let's see. Terrible, terrible defending by Noah Allen. Like, what's he doing? Noah Allen just got absolutely cooked. Noah Allen's he has just regressed so much after starting off great this season. He has regressed so much. Poor defending by Noah Allen. They got to score two more. They got to score at least 2 goals in this game. They got to win by 2 if they want to have any chance. This game is over, boys. Wayne Bender says no Allen. Eric Saul says it's over. Rando, 10 players, no Messi. It's over. Hugh Kenny says I would be happy, but it doesn't feel earned. A says, bro, no effing Bright. He's a better defender. Yep. Oh, man. You know, Mascherano, he just makes very questionable subs, and it's very detrimental to this team. I don't understand why did Noah Allen get the start? I don't understand why Noah Allen got the start. That was clean. God, Nick Cox is playing chippy. This will get steal by Busquets. Yeah, no booking for them. To Jordi Alba. Luis Suarez has got to do something. Oh my God, what a jeez. Luis Suarez has got to step up. That's my one player that's got to have a good game is Luis Suarez. He's got to be able to. He's got to do something in the attack. Just cleared it for a throw in. Botanera came with a vengeance. Servant says Redondo is straight up the worst player on Inter. For the life of me, I don't see what they see in him. Well, I think they see in him if they spent, $8-9 million and they're hoping that he's pans out so they can sell him. Oh, nice. Oh, come on, Suarez. God, Suarez just doesn't do anything. Who was that a foul on? Who did the push? Inter Miami. You know what's so funny is this game's only 37 minutes in, but it feels like it's like the second half, and it's like, it's do or die right now. It feels like the urgency has just been dialed up so high, even though it's still only the first half. Oh my god, it's not a foul. How's it not a foul? Someone's gonna have to step up for this team. What are you doing, Redondo? What the hell are you doing, man? Next year is definitely going to be better than this year for MLS or Leagues Cup. Hellas Lucas says Inter Miami is a really questionable team in terms of performance. I mean, they have a chance to be very good, and they can be when they're good, but they're also when they're bad, they're also very bad. They're very wishy-washy. They're very up and down. Mick says Messi will miss 2 months, season is over. Is that what they said? They didn't say that already. There's no way they said that. I don't think he's gonna be out for 2 months. I think they're just being cautious with him. Eric says, "Imagine if all MLS teams spent as much as PSG. I mean, we'd be the best league in the world." Mick says, "Bro, it's the same injury from 2022 World Cup still haunting him." I think is what you meant. I think he'll be fine. I think they just want to be cautious with him. Oh my God, Wingate. Cello had a good game against Atlas, and he's having a terrible game tonight. I praised him too much. He's having a terrible game tonight. He's having a terrible, terrible game tonight. Right now is why they need a striker. I mean, Suarez is just coasting by. Oh no. No, Allen's looking a little better now. But it's a little too little, too late. I mean, he already conceded a goal, but he is looking a little better than he did earlier when he conceded the goal. Terrible pass by Lujan right there. Terrible pass by Lujan. Oh no. Oh, that's a foul? Are you kidding me? That's got to be a yellow. If they called a red earlier or a foul in general in the earlier, how is that not at least a yellow? He just shoved him as hard as he could. He just shoved him as hard as he could. There is no more words on Messi's injury at the moment. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just cautious. I think they're just being cautious. I mean, look how hard he gets shoved here. This is not a flop. That's crazy. I mean, if Falcone had fouled the one guy that hard on the red he got, he probably would have been sent to jail. Oh, it's not a foul. Are you kidding me? Bro, this is crazy. Eric says Messi was walking. He's fine. Yeah, it's just I think they're just being cautionary with him. I just don't think they want him to get injured any further. They just want him to sit out, want him to relax, and hopefully they can win this game. And uh, maybe he'll be available for the next match or down the stretch. Two minutes of regular time plus added time, which will probably be like I said, 5 to 6 minutes. Because the Messi injury, because of the Maxi Falcone. Oh, Suarez is wide open. Yep, nothing. You're not gonna give Miami any calls tonight. Oh, foul on Rodrigo De Paul. Who takes the free kicks now that Messi's hurt? Is it gonna be Suarez or is it gonna be De Paul? This ref is unreal. This ref is absolute garbage. He's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. Suarez hasn't had legs in years. In years. Inter Miami haven't had a penalty since 2024. I can't remember which game it was, but they've had one penalty in 54 matches. One penalty in 54 matches. They are the least penalized team, or they're the team that gets the least penalty calls in Major League Soccer. And Suarez has taken this free kick. All right, when's the last time Luis Suarez made a free kick, scored a free kick goal? Has to have been years ago. There's no way that's recent. Had to have been years ago. Had to have been years ago. The ref is terrible. This is terrible reffing. Like, this is objectively terrible reffing. I don't know how anyone could say that this has been good reffing or fair reffing. I mean, this has been terrible. Now, does Suarez take this or Alba? Oh my God. What's the score of the Club America game? Let's see. Okay, Club America. So that game hasn't started yet. It starts at 9 tonight. Orlando beat Atlas 2-1. 5 minutes of added time. See if Inter Miami can pull one back. God, this ref is terrible. That's why he says, the hell did we do to catch strays? Who's catching strays? Club America ref. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you. Steven says this guy is almost questionable at this point if isn't rigging it. I mean, oh, that was close. Let's see. That was nice. It was close. Corner for Inter Miami. Looks like the goalkeeper hurt his shoulder a little bit stretching for that one. All right, let's see if they got one. Like probably a little less than or a little over 3 minutes of added time left. See if Inter Miami has one in them. Oh, Suarez and the defender just got a yellow. Dude, this ref is ass. This is such bad refing. It's insane. Good recovery by Segovia. Oh, Jordy. He's not a good ref. I agree. Mick says Argentina reporters on Messi says he will probably miss 2 weeks. Well, that would be a nightmare for Inter Miami if that's the case. I wouldn't count him out playing. What's they play the next game on the 6th, like in 4 days. I wouldn't count them out him playing that game either. We'll just have to see. Miami play Pumas next. Ah, man. They have to win this game. Messi needs to ice bath that injury. I really think he'll play the next game. I think he will. 2 to 3 weeks is usually a hamstring pull. I just got this feeling he's going to play next game. I really do. Oh, Lujan. Little less than 2 minutes left. Oh, that was a hell of a pass. Dude, this guy keeps flopping. Look at him, dude. 27. Cambindo, he's been on the ground like 3 or 4 times tonight. That's the guy that got Maxi Falcone a red card tonight. He keeps flopping. He keeps flopping. Ref was born and raised about 50 minutes from the Necaxa Stadium. Andre says if they don't get a result here, he definitely will not be playing. Yeah, now that I agree with. If they get a draw or well, hey, that's one positive I didn't think about is if this is a draw, it goes to penalties and they could get 2 points rather than 1 point. But I still think they need 3 points if they want to have any chance of advancing to the next round or the round of 8. They really need to win this game. Yep. 4 seconds left. First half. Just clear it. All right. That's it. The first half. 1-1. Inter Miami, Necaxa. Inter Miami down to 10 men. Red card for Maxi Falcone. 10 minutes, maybe 8 minutes after Messi was subbed out because of injury. What do you guys think about this? We always do our halftime, how we're feeling, 1 through 10. Does Miami win this game? 1 through 10. 1 is in hell no, they're not going to win this game. 10 being yes, they are definitely going to win this match. 1 through 10, how are we feeling about Inter Miami? Also, that's just a really hard half to even grade because of everything that happened with Messi getting injured and Maxi Falcone getting a red. But how do we feel about Inter Miami coming back 1 through 10? 1, hell no, no chance. 10, yes, they will come back. They will win this game. They will get 3. They will get 3 points. Troy says 4. John says 5. Kenny says 6. Tony says 1. Hell no. I mean, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for this team. Is it Tayron says 4. Angus says he's a 4. Mister says 3 with 10 men and no Messi. It will be tough. Steven says he's a 5. I think that it's probably Johnny says he's a 1. Hell no. I would say it's probably a 5 as well. I think it could go either way, but with the way they played in this half, it doesn't really inspire confidence that they can do this because I don't know who's going to score. Yes, Velasco Segovia had a nice goal, but that was when they had 11 men. That was when they had 11 men. They only have 10 now. Who's going to do it? Because Suarez hasn't really done anything in the attack. He's too slow. He just doesn't have he just doesn't have it anymore. I think that it's going to be really tough for them to do this. It's going to be really tough for them to come back. Really tough for them to come back. They can do it though because they normally do play pretty well in the second half. So I don't want to rule them out completely, but um, it's going to be really tough. It's going to be really tough for them to do this. I mean, who else? Honestly, it was a weird first half. Like I said, when we were watching the first half, it was like we were watching the second half. It was just really like they were playing like the first half was the end of the game and they had to get the score. They played a little bit of urgency, but it was kind of a weird, just really weird first half. Who honestly played good in the first half? Who honestly played good in that first half? Velasco Segovia had the goal, but that's all he really did. I think De Paul looked okay. I think Busquets was all right. Allende wasn't good. He got subbed out. Cello was terrible in the first half. Alba was okay. Noah Allen was terrible. Suarez not doing enough. I mean, there's a lot of players that really didn't do enough. Troy says 10 men versus 12. It's going to be tough. It is. 11 plus the ref, right? 11 plus the ref. Angus says referees need to be required to take questions in post-game pressers. They don't want to give referees that much clout or a podium like that to I guess build their media presence. Like they don't want referees to be celebrities essentially because then it can kind of get weird. And that happened before. I can't remember the NBA referee's name was Crawford, and he was like very infamous because of him making all these calls and trying to be bigger than the game itself. Rando says, give it a 2 score since the ref is doing not good and giving more benefits to Necaxa. Well, I will say that I think Miami could do this. It's going to be tough, like I said, because where's the scoring going to come from? Who's going to step up? Which we'll talk about in a minute. We always do our confidence or how they're playing. We're going to get a second half prediction here in a little bit, but some players are going to have to step up collectively if they want to have any chance of winning this game. Players are going to have to step up collectively. Like I said, Luis Suarez is my X factor going into the second half. The dude has to score. He's only got 5 goals in Major League Soccer this year. He's only got 5 goals. 5 goals. He doesn't have a goal in Leagues Cup yet. And I'm critical of him because, yes, he's Luis Suarez. I know he's old. I know he's La Tortuga. I know he has no knees. I know he's slow. I know he's almost in a nursing home at this point, but he has to be better than what he is. Last year, he didn't have legs, and he scored 21 goals. He's going to have to score. He cannot go 5 goals in. Like, he has got to start producing and scoring some goals for this team. Mr. Mister says he doesn't think that the ref is biased. He's just crap. He's shit. He's not good. Roller says, where is Baltasar Rodriguez? That's a good question. I think he's injured. Right now. Necaxa committed 12 fouls in that first half, and Inter Miami committed 4, and they're the only ones with a red card. Necaxa had 12 fouls in the first half and only 1 yellow card, and it was the double yellow from the defender and Luis Suarez, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Mick says Messi injury is a hamstring grade 2. Who said this? Who reported this? If that's true, Leagues Cup just took a huge hit. If that's true. Who reported that it was a grade 2 hamstring injury? La Tortuga. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. It's what he is. MX Skill says, "What's up? Appreciate you for stopping by." Audra says, "Do you think FX show has something to do with the ref? I mean, is he applying for a job? Is he trying to get a cameo in the FX new series?" Yeah, that'll be about 2 to 3 weeks. That's bad, honestly, because that means that best case scenario is if Inter Miami gets out of the seeding phase, that we wouldn't see Messi until the round of 8, which I want to say is in about 2 weeks. Best case scenario, he would play then, but who's to say he'd even be healthy by then? Masoik says someone should make a compilation of all the refs missed calls throughout the tournament. Anything from the Cruz VAR lines to the dumbass red from this game, it'd be mad funny. Well, maybe you can make that, and I'll share it if you make it. I'll share on X if you end up making that. Mick says, I read that right. Roller says, someone send someone to the ref's crib and open his closet. I'll put money he has Necaxa merch. Hellas Lucas says Miami really need a mid-quality striker that can step up and has pace. Suarez is long washed since his time at Gremio. He had a good year last year, but yes, he's not been able to replicate that in 2025. Have Hope says it's fake. You ain't walking off a hammy. It definitely it just depends. But yes, I know that a hamstring can be very, very annoying. Gel says at least 1 month without Messi. I doubt it'll be 1 month. Roller says he'll be back, only be back for the semifinal. Well, as long as he's back for that, that's all that really matters. Francisco says the top 4 MLS teams will have 9 points. I think that's probably going to happen. That's why Inter Miami really need to win this match. MX Skill says, is the League's Cup is going to happen next year or not because of the World Cup? I'm not sure. I'm assuming it'll probably happen like it did this year after the World Cup is what I would assume. Gel says, with the way the other MLS team is playing, I don't think Miami can make it, even if they have 9 points. Yep, I agree with that. Mick says Argentinian reporter Gaston Idol. He said 2 months. Did he tweet this or where did he post this at? Let me find this. Gaston Idol. I don't see this on Twitter. Where did he post this at? Kenny says Miami need younger players. They do for sure. Have Hope says I watched it. I watched it back. It's strain. He will be back next week. So you just think it's a strain, like a muscle strain, or you think it's hamstring? Roller says maybe Messi had like a birthday to go to and said, "F it, let me pull a fast one." Trucko says Miami will win 2-1 unless the ref give another stupid red. Rando says the amount of goals you score almost also matters, even if you get 9. Exactly, that's what the tiebreaker is going to be. Have Hope says he didn't post it. Well, who said it then? Mister says if Messi's hamstring was grade 2 and partially torn, it could be 4 to 8 weeks. That would be a nightmare. If that's true, that'd be a nightmare. But I will say this. I don't think it's grade 2 because I don't think he would have been able to walk off on his own accord if it was grade 2. That's just my 2 cents. I'm not a doctor, but I've obviously watched sports a long time. Normally a hamstring is really bad and you can't walk on your own accord. You need help. I would be very surprised if it is a grade 2. It's probably just a strain or just pulled a muscle. I think he is more frustrated because he wouldn't be able to finish this game and they wanted to be cautious. So that way he didn't further aggravate the injury. Back of the knee, I think. CBS Sports says that Miami were very frequently rest Messi, so Miami could theoretically be playing it. I think they are playing it safe. Would you want to, like I said earlier, like if he is injured not playing in this tournament, it could be detrimental for this tournament. So I think that what's going on is that they're just being cautious because they don't want to take a chance of him missing the rest of this tournament. They need him to play. We saw last year how it was an absolute it was absolutely lackluster. It was dead last year. No one cared because Messi didn't play. It gave it no legitimacy because he didn't play. So I think they're just being cautious. Or it says, "Oh, well, I asked earlier, what do you make of the Galaxy's performance? Do they get a shot out at Leagues Cup?" I think they could if they continue to play like they did against Tijuana, and if Ricky Puig makes his debut. I mean, anything is possible. It looked really good the other night. Drink Me says it was 3 players nibbling to tackle him. Didn't look like a tear pull, just discomfort, and he decided not to risk it. I think that's true. Let's see. Go says 0 chance Inter Miami even gets a penalties in this match. Rocco is on MLS2 level goalie. I don't disagree with that. Nick Smith says, "Shit, didn't know we were doing a watch along. What do you think about that red and should have been a red?" No, it should not have been a red. It was a very soft foul. It was very weak. That guy, the striker for Necaxa has been falling down all night long, and I think that was a flop. I don't think it was a foul. I don't think it was a foul. Mister says it looked like he just strained, if anything. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do a halftime quick minute break or quick 60-second break. Use the restroom, drink a lot of water and a lot of Coke Zero. But I want to leave you with this question while I leave for 60 seconds. What are the chance or what's the score line going to be for the second half? What is the score line for the second half going to be between Inter Miami and Necaxa? Does Inter Miami make a comeback? Do they lose? Does it go to penalties? Let me know. Does Inter Miami make a comeback with 10 men and Messi out? Let me know. I will be back in 60 seconds. Okay, back from the bathroom break. Sorry about that. Looks like the second half is about to start. Looks like we got a substitution. Number 21 for Necaxa is coming on. Don't know who's coming off. But let's read these score predictions real quick. Miami comeback, Roller says 3-2 off the corner kick. Trust. Trucko says 2-1 Inter Miami. De Paul scores. Kenny says he thinks it goes to penalties. Rando says it goes to penalties. Angus says Necaxa wins 2-1, which would be a nightmare for them. Nick Smith says Garber better call down to this Mexican ref and tell him to give Miami something as a makeup call because viewership is about to go down 500% if Miami is out. Mister says 1-1. Thinks it's going to be a draw, goes to penalties. Who do you think wins in penalties, Mister? And then Gel says it's going to be 4-1 Necaxa. I think Inter Miami are able to find one. I think they're going to be able to find one because I said this earlier. When they score one, they don't just score one. They score multiple goals. They score in droves. So I think Inter Miami are going to win this match. I think it's going to be 2-1. Looks like that was a handball by De Paul. Yeah, it looked like he touched it with his hand. But I think Inter Miami are going to win this game. Oh, we lost our feed. What happened there? Hold on one sec. What the heck? Can you guys see me and the feed? What is happening? What is going on? There we go. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. It got rid of me. It got rid of the screen. That was very odd. Okay, I think we're good now. Truck says, I'll come back later after this match. Inter Miami will win. Nick Smith says, there we go. It's when I click, I guess I got to stop clicking the comments because every time I click the comments, it gets rid of the screen. So I'm just gonna have to read them without clicking on them. I'm reading the comments, so I see what you guys are saying. But when I click the comments and show them, it like messes up for some reason. Very weird. Must be a glitch with StreamYard right now. Mr. says he thinks Miami wins on penalties. Angus says I see everything now. Okay, it's good. Strunk says Messi injured. Yeah, Messi is injured right now. He has we don't really know. It looks like it's just a muscle pull. We don't know the severity of it, but he was subbed out of the game in the 10th minute, and they got a red card in like the 17th or 18th minute. So Miami are definitely playing catch up right now. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh. Ooh. I'm just thinking of what substitutions we might want to see in the second half. Like who would they bring in to try to rebound, to try to give a little bit of some adrenaline, some energy into this attack? Oh my God, it's a terrible giveaway by Redondo. Just clear it. There you go. Oh my God, what a heavy touch by De Paul. Good save though. Oh, terrible pass by Redondo. What are you doing? Strunk says, I got to stop clicking on this. Okay, Strunk says, at least my boy Noah's holding on. Drink Me says, Bright and Suarez out and put Segovia up top. I don't think that would be a good answer, honestly. This just shows how bad Inter Miami need a striker. They need a striker really bad, like really bad. I think that they need to prioritize that when in the offseason, because they're probably not going to be able to do that now, but they really need a striker. They need to use their DP spot on a striker that will be open after the season. They'll have a DP spot likely open. And there's rumors they might use it on Neymar, but I think that would be a disaster. I think they got to use it on someone up top because he's injury prone. He could probably. Oh, what a save by Rocco. That was a beautiful save. Incredible save by Rocco just then. That could have been the game. What a save. Strong hands. Beautiful save. What a save. That was incredible. Incredible goalkeeping right there. Incredible goalkeeping by Rocco. Here, let me refresh this. This is a little bit behind. Give me one sec. Let's see. This is way behind. I don't know why this is so far behind. That was an incredible save by Rocco. Could have been the game. You know what's funny about Inter Miami is that it feels like they're good, but they're bad at the same time. Like, they have talent. They have some good players, but at the same time, they still have so many, and I know you're gonna say, well, every MLS team has holes, but like important positions that they need to be better at, they're not. Last year's team was better than this year's team, in my opinion. I think last year, 2024 Inter Miami is better than 2025 Inter Miami. And if you'd add Rodrigo De Paul to 2025 Inter Miami or 2024 Miami, they probably would have won MLS Cup. 2024 Miami was better than 2025 Inter Miami. I think it's not even close. I don't think it's even close. Ooh, a little bit too passes a little bit too hard to Segovia. Miami, I gotta stop clicking on these. Miami is playing with midfielders and defenders. Where is the offense? Mick says Suarez is hurting this team since Atlanta playoffs. Nick Smith says because the 2024 Inter Miami had a coach. Yeah, I mean Tata Martino, I had a lot of criticism for him. A lot of reservations about Tata. I thought he could have been better, but I will say he has been better than Mascherano. But Mascherano wasn't even my first choice. I wanted Miami to hire Xavi. I think if they had Xavi, things would be a lot different right now. I think Xavi's a way better coach than Javier Mascherano. I don't even think it's close. So I think Inter Miami made a bad decision hiring Mascherano, but they're going to have to roll with him. I don't think they're going to fire him because that's Messi's guy. They're going to keep him. We'll see what happens, though. Servant says losing Gomez was a huge blow. Can't imagine him and De Paul breaking up everything in the midfield. Yeah, but that's the thing is De Paul is really the replacement for Gomez. He's the Gomez replacement they finally got. So they missed Gomez a lot. Yeah, Gomez was so good. Oh my god, what a rocket. Oh, off the crossbar. Man. Where's Abondo at? Abondo is supposed to be a great depth striker, and he's not being. I mean, he's not playing. God, that was close. Was that did Rocco get a touch on that? Let's see. Yeah, he did. He got a touch on that with his left hand. They're hanging on by a thread. They are hanging on by a thread right now. Inter Miami is hanging on by a thread. Nick Smith, gotta stop clicking on these. It's just a habit. My bad. Nick Smith says Abondo has a nagging hamstring. He's on and off the bench randomly. Yeah, that's the thing. At this point, you might as well just terminate his loan. He's taking up money in an international spot. He's not doing anything. They need to terminate a couple loans. He's one of them. They need to get rid of Abondo. He's not doing anything for him. He's not doing anything for him. Gosh. Michelle says Miami's right back is not good. Cello. He had a good game against Atlas. He's having a terrible game against Necaxa. I praised him too much in the last game, and he sucks now. He's having a terrible game against Necaxa, one of the worst games he's had in a while. And you have to honestly, even though the referee was a lot to blame for the red card against Maxi Falcone, you have to pin some blame on Cello because he had a terrible back pass that put Maxi Falcone in a bad situation and got him the red card. So you have to blame Cello Wenget for that a little bit at least for that red card. Mick says, "Nah, it's not about the coach. A lot of players like Suarez and Busquets, even Alba, playing bad this season." See Jorge Mas right there. Hopefully he realizes this, but there's not really much you could do because of the limited spending uh, rules, right? You can't spend as much as you want, and you got to be very strategic with how you do things, and you do things in MLS. Teron says Suarez, what the f is he doing shooting from 50 yards? He just doesn't care anymore. It's the only chance he's going to have to get a shot on goal because he's too slow. Oh, a little bit too heavy of a pass. Servant says Abondo, Redondo, Allende, Suarez have to go, period, in my humble opinion. J Cam says low key, need Necaxa to lose. I hate Gaga or Gago. Nick Smith says they are playing bad because the system or lack thereof. I just think the 4-4-2 doesn't really promote many goals. I hate the 4-4-2. I mean, I like the 4-2-3-1 better. Obviously, the 4-3-3 is my favorite, but the 4-4-2 just feels so dated and it's just not I hate the 4-4-2. Way too defensive a system, which is I guess what they want to do. They wanted to have a more defensive system so they didn't concede as many goals, but I'm not a fan of the 4-4-2. Not a fan of the 4-4-2. I think it's been detrimental to this team. It's been very detrimental to this team. Diogo says the spending rules make sense in a closed league, which will never be the case with football. I think that they will. I think that things will change sooner than later. I mean, we're starting to see some change. I mean, we're signing bigger name players. They're not just relying only on Messi for attention and trying to get people interested in MLS. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Wow. Okay, so a reporter from Simon Evans says that we'll need more info on the gravity of Messi's injury, but you imagine that it will be at least 3 to 4 weeks. I still think it's too early. I still think it's too early to be saying anything like that. Way too early. Misal says when spending is limited, the team must fill the gap by developing young American homegrowns, and they're not doing that. I think that was their plan originally, was that they wanted to have homegrown players subsidize the lack there of talent, and it'd be cheap so they could spend on other spots. But oh, Cox had just scored 2-1. The guy, that was the offside. Is he offside? Looks like he might. Yep, he's offside. Inter Miami catch a break. Finally catch a break. That's the guy. That's the dude who had the flop. They got Maxi Falcone the red card. Finally. Let's see. Is he offside? Oh, yeah, he's offside. Yeah, he's 100% offside. It's not even close. It's not even close. Barry, it's nice to see you in here tonight, my friend. I'm sure that you're happy about the 7-0 win for Cruz Azul, or for Sounders over Cruz Azul. We'll see what they can do. I think they play tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think Messi will be fine. Ashkin says, "What time are you on?" I am East Coast. Are you asking the game, or are you asking me what time zone I'm in? The game I have, it's like the 58th minute for me when I'm watching live. 58th minute. Yeah, 58th minute. The amount of fouls is insane. Yeah, they've had so many fouls tonight. Like, so many fouls. Necaxa has had so many fouls tonight. So many fouls. But someone's gonna have to step it up. I mean, we're almost 13, 14 minutes into the second half, and nobody has really done anything. Nobody has done anything. Uh-oh. This just shows you that Suarez can't play next year. He cannot play in 2020, 2025, 2026, excuse me. I mean, it's just Rodrigo De Paul and Suarez in the attack, 5 or 6 Necaxa defenders behind. Just not going to cut it. Is that a foul on Suarez? Nope. Oh, are they going to call a foul? Yep, a yellow. Is that a second? Oh, red. Red for Necaxa. Red. Hey, Don Garber made the call. We got a 10v10. 10v10. Is that karma? Karma's catching up to them. Don Garber put in the call. I tell you what, no joke, this is one of the weirdest. By the way, that was definitely a foul. Jesus, he was on his neck. I tell you what, this is one of the weirdest games I've seen in a very long time. It's very. Barry asked, "Is LAFC the right spot for Son?" I think it is, especially with the Korean population and him being in LA. I think it's gonna be huge, Barry. It's gonna be huge. But I want to say, this has got to be one of the weirdest games I've ever seen. This is such a weird game. Like, it's just very. It has me on edge, and not even because of scoring, just because it's like the bad reffing, injuries, red cards. Like, it's just such a weird game. Such a weird game. But that should open things up for Inter Miami. That should open things up for Inter Miami. If Inter Miami lose now, I mean, they're just cooked. They are just absolutely cooked. Suarez Dark Art. Angus says, "We are even now." Ashcan says, "No, I think the ref watched the replay at halftime and knew he had made a mistake. He's looking for his opportunity," right? Lewis says, "Finally a red card for them." Barry says, "The Singapore gambling ring is alive and well." Teron says 10 versus 10. Now the game gets interesting. It does. And God, hopefully they don't put Kromaski on. The slowest 20-year-old you've ever seen in your life. The slowest 20-year-old you've ever seen in your life. A says, bro, I hate watching this match. The ref just killed my whole mood. Aren't you wanting Miami to win, though? We'll see if Necaxa make any subs because they only have 3 defenders right now. Unless someone's playing back. Jesus. Just mugging the hell out of Segovia. Is that a foul on Segovia? Jesus. Kromaski's coming on La Tortuga 2.0. Yeah, I mean he really is. I mean we could call him if you just tell me what the Spanish equivalency of the snail. We'll call Suarez. We'll just designate him as the only La Tortuga, and we'll call Benjamin Kromaski the snail. Let me know what the snail is in Spanish, and we'll start calling him that. Oh, nice play by De Paul. Oh, pass just a little weak to Segovia. Jordi Alba running down the flank. See if they can get something here. Suarez making the run. Busquets didn't see him. God, they're just fouling the hell out of De Paul. Ashcan says in French, I think snail is escargot. I think it is. Yeah. Don't know about Spanish. Rando says Tortuga versus Tortuga, the almighty Tortuga battle. I swear to God, I think that Luis Suarez would beat Benjamin Kromaski in a race. I swear to God, I think he would. I think my money would be on Luis Suarez to beat him in a race, which is crazy because he's 18 years older and he's got worse knees, and I think he would beat Benjamin Kromaski in a race. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. How do you pronounce that? Is that Caracol? How do you pronounce that? Is it Caracol? We got about okay. They're making 3 substitutions. Total Alvarez is coming on. El Caracol, I guess is how you pronounce that. And it looks like Yannick Bright are coming on. So at Kromaski, El Caracol. Is it Caracol or how do you pronounce it? Caracol. Okay, yeah. Is it so that's El Caracol? How come it's not La Caracol like La Tortuga? Caracol. So it looks like Busquets is coming on, or coming off, I should say. Who was the other substitutions? Yannick Bright. All right, let's see who the other ones are. Okay, Noah Allen's coming off, which probably is a good thing. And Talasco Segovia is coming off for Benjamin L. Caracol Kromaski. He had a great goal, though. I'll say that. He had an absolute banger of a goal. Absolute banger of a goal. Cringe says with these subs, De Paul should move to the 10 and Bright and Kromaski to the central defensive midfielder. Yeah, I mean, that's what they did better, early in the game when De Paul was actually able to play as more of a 10, that's when they looked their best, but, I mean, Suarez has gotta do something. Oh, that was almost a bad giveaway. Suarez has gotta be able to do something. Suarez is gonna have to be able to score some goals or create some chances. He's non-existent in the final third. He's non-existent. Ooh, nice. Nice pass from Jordi Alba. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, he's so slow. He just gives you nothing in the attack. You know, he had wide open space and they closed him down so fast. Oh, what a pass. It's a little too good look, but bad pass by Jordi Alba. A says, but Caracol serves as a disruptor. He actually called him Kramaski, but I'm gonna call him Caracol. Serves as a disruptor. Yeah, but remember they were trying to have him play out wide as more of an attacking midfielder slash winger. I mean, he's not that guy. Tarun says, why Fafa is not coming? At least he will give speed and direct threat. I don't know. Maybe Mascherano doesn't like Fafa Pico. He says, I can't believe I fell asleep. Oh, did you actually fall asleep? Masad says Fafa was going in, but he decided not to use him. It seems like will just defend. MX Gill says, is it just me or Suarez slow? Yeah, he's La Tortuga. He is slow. He's been slow, but he's still faster than Kramaski. Still faster than oh, here we go. Oh, a little too high from Kramaski. And Cello is wide open. And Suarez looks like he's about to cry. Just a little high from Kramaski. Rendo says showing the ref while promoting man of the match voting. I don't even know who the hell the man of the match would. Who would even be the man of the match at this point? Who would honestly be the man of the match at this point for either team? Oh God, in space. Here's the speed. You ready for this? He has no faith in himself. Look how slow he is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you watching this? Who got hurt for Necaxa? What happened to him? The acting is crazy. I might be faster than him. Oh, was that did he accidentally get elbowed in the face? Let me see this. Did Suarez purposely elbow him in the face? Was an accident? Looks like it was an accident. Let me see. It looks like that was an accident by Suarez. Nick Smith says this guy is just crying for a card. Such fakers. It's pathetic. Yeah, and Suarez is already on a yellow, so should get a card for simulation. Go says, no, I'm not watching this. That's why I'm here. Nick Smith is acting like he got shot. It's annoying. Yeah, there's a lot of bad acting when it comes to this. I mean, we saw earlier on the red, that was bad acting. It shouldn't have been a red. Not surprised. Got a little less than 20 minutes plus added time. It's ten men versus 10 men. Each team has a red card. We'll see what happens. Hopefully to God, this does not go to penalties. Hopefully that Inter Miami is able to at least get one more goal and have 6 points. Oh, Cello. Cello got cooked there. Masad says Fafa in, Suarez out. We need speed. Kenny says surprise Suarez hasn't bit anyone. There's still time left. There's still time left. Ashcan says Miami used all 5 of their subs. Yeah, this is their team for the rest of the match. MX Gill says that should be a red card for Suarez. I don't think he purposely elbowed that guy in the face, so I think that was an accident. Servant says 3 points would be a miracle considering the circumstances. It would be. We'll see what happens. Angus says the Screen Actors Guild is over 2,000 miles. Oh, was that a foul? I think that was. Come on, dude, Suarez doesn't get any. That I think that could have been a foul. I know they got a foul earlier, but that looked like that could have been a foul. He got sandwiched. He got absolutely sandwiched just then. Rando says Miami is still need to score more if they want to guarantee getting somewhere in the top 4. Well, they need to win first, and then they can worry about that next game. They'll have a 2-goal difference, which is not great. And you never know. Seattle have a 7-0. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. Seattle have a 7-0 goal difference right now because of their win over Cruz Azul. They could lose a game. And that would put them, at a disadvantage. If it's a tie, though, if Seattle win all games, they're guaranteed a spot because they're 7-0. But if they lose a game, anything's possible. We'll just have to see what happens. Barry says 100 times out of 100 times, that is never a card on Suarez. Suarez, this is one of the least penalized or team that gets the least amount of penalties of any team in MLS. And Suarez or Mascherano looks like he's about to blow a gasket here. I think he's wanting them to do a VAR on that. Are they doing a hydration break? Hello, Lucas says this game is like watching a mime perform. Mister says if only Suarez could move. I mean, he can't. Yeah, he's damn near disabled at this point. He's got a lot of miles on those legs. I mean, he's played for 20 years. Maswig says on the one hand, Miami losing to Bodanero team would be a peak comedy. On the other, if Necaxa win, my Eagles die on the spot. So I hope they draw 1-1. Vamos Sanders says would not be shocked if Seattle shit the bed and lose to they lose in a scrappy 1-0 tomorrow. I mean, it could happen. Rando says thoughts on De Paul's second game so far. I thought he's looked pretty good, but it's really hard to grade this performance because it's really hard to give this an honest assessment because they're playing with 10 men and Messi was out in the 10th minute. It's really hard. I think he's playing as well as he could. I think he's playing. He's not doing bad. I think he looked pretty good as a 10 in his. He looked pretty good as a 10 when Messi got hurt in the first 10 minutes before Falcone got a red. I thought he looked all right. Barry says as long as Yamar is healthy and starting, Sounders won't shit the bed defensively the rest of the year. Yamar, I think, is the best defender in the league by far. Sounders' problems have never been defending; it's more of their attack, and looks like that might finally be solved. Looks like that could finally be solved. De Paul doesn't have any assistance. He is making good passes, but no one is capable at the end of it. I agree with that. Vamos Sounder says shit the bed offensively. Barry says Pedro on the left is the truth. I mean, as of right now, he's looking pretty good. We'll see. Hopefully, he can hold up. And consistency has been an issue with him. We'll see what happens. This is a good time for him to peak or at least show what he can do. Got a little less than 13 minutes, or a little over 13 minutes, excuse me, left in the regulation plus added time. And if this game holds up the way it is right now, we will go to penalties. The winner of penalties will get 2 points. The loser will get 1 point. I think both of these teams are honestly playing to get to penalties. Of course, Redondo loses the ball. Rando says, by the way, Orlando, not Abondo, had Abondo in the mind. By the way, Orlando won their game 3-1 against Atlas. Yeah, Orlando looks like they're doing pretty well. Ace Lionel says Bright is just a good security blanket. He is. I think they missed him a lot. I think they missed him a lot. I honestly think that because they have a crowded midfield, that they will probably end up trading Bright, or they might try him at center back. I wouldn't mind trying Yannick Bright at center back. Nick Smith says Orlando game doesn't matter. They only on 4 points. They're out. Mister says DePaul's looking better tonight. The more he gets used to the team, the better he'll play. I agree with that. But like I said, the reason why I think it's a little hard to judge him fairly is because they're playing with 10 men. Messi's hurt. Like I said, just a really weird game. I don't think he's looked bad though. I think he's looked with everything considered. I think he's looked pretty good. Oh my God, they just have no speed. Tried from distance, low line shot. Looks like he's gassed. Frustrated too. Barry with the $20 super chat. Appreciate it, Barry. I think I'll probably just let my Sounder friends know whatever night it is. I think it might be tomorrow night that the Sounders play. I think I might hop on there with Cheyenne and talk a little bit about the game. Barry also member for 4 months. Barry, I appreciate the support, my friend. We'll have to see what they can do in their sequel. Where's the F Nuhu? Ooh, foul on maybe a foul on Cello against Cello. Oh, you don't know Vamos. Servant says De Paul about to cuss his agent out for not telling him he would be playing 95% humidity every night. It's like I said, people who are anti-calendar change, they really don't know how bad that heat is. God, he's so bad. Great win by Redondo there. Oh, good chance by Alba, can't finish it. Barry with another $20 super chat says F Nuhu movement has been suspended until further notice. We'll check back in a couple games, right, Barry? We're gonna give it a temporary pause until, like you said, until for it's oh God, what's the saying? What's the saying for some indefinitely? Yes, the slander is on pause indefinitely. Ghost says Inter Miami's deficiencies deficiencies are lack of speed up front and lack of height. Oh no, Necaxa scored. Necaxa scored. And he hit the Sayu. Oh no. Oh no. He had that planned. Necaxa score. It's 2-1. some Madrid fans randomly in the stands. It's random as hell. But Necaxa score 2-1 over Inter Miami. I think it's over. I think it's over. They're gonna have to pull one out. I just hope that Miami, who has aspirations of winning MLS Cup, I just hope that they look at this and they think, wait a second, defending is an issue, but we have nobody in the attack. We need attackers bad. They need attackers bad. Suarez is not going to cut it. Suarez should be a super sub at this point. Suarez should be a super sub at this point. Was he onside? Oh, yeah, for sure. Terrible defending by Lujan. Terrible defending. Terrible defending by Lujan. Yeah, they need center backs too, for being honest. They need a center back. Their two biggest needs right now is a center back and a striker who has pace. They need a striker with pace so bad right now. Good pass to Cello. They got one in them. Is it a foul? Yep, it's a foul. Right outside the box for a free kick. See if Inter Miami has one more in them. 2-1. Little less than 8 minutes left plus added time. We'll see if they can do this. Chop says, "Is the two red card was deserved for Necaxa? The two red card. What do you mean by the two red card? 9 men. That's what happens. Is someone out there? There's no two reds. Lujan fails again. Yeah, listen, I'm definitely gonna be doing a pre or a post game recap after this to talk about this game. There's a lot to dive into. Very, very up and down match, mostly down. But I'm definitely gonna be doing a post game recap of this game. Oh, they're not gonna give that call to De Paul. Oh no. Oh no. Look at that pace. Inter Miami doesn't even know what that looks like on their team. They never seen like that. They've never seen that on their team. That type of pace. Mr. says they need a commander at the back and a striker. Bad. They need a strike. That's why the Facundo Pelistri rumored signing doesn't really make a lot of sense because they need a striker so bad. Like Suarez just is not it. He's a super sub at this point. He can't start full 90. He cannot play 90 minutes. He does nothing for you. They have nobody who can open the game. DePaul's getting pissed off. Looks like he's pissed at Redondo. Oh no, they're gonna get. It's gonna be 3-1. Inter Miami would be lucky to come away with a point at this moment. They'd be lucky to come away with a point. God, look how slow Caracola is. Look at him. He's so slow. Look at him. He's so slow. Obvious foul right there on him, by the way. Caracol. El Caracol. Obvious foul on him. Yeah, FOTMob is wrong. I don't know why it says 2 red cards on FOTMob. That's my bad. I didn't know that's where it said it. Yeah, there's not 2 reds on Necaxa. There's only 1. There's some weird glitch. It's a weird game for it's a weird game for in general just watching everything that's happened, and FOTMob is replicating that. FOTMob is replicating the weirdness. They're behind on the score, they're behind on the time, and they're wrong on the cards. Mr. says, watching Kremoski try to run is tragic. It is. Oh, come on, Suarez. Come on, Suarez. Oh, my God. What are you doing? Oh, my God. He's so bad. Oh, my. Are you watching this? Oh, my God, dude. Hang it up. No one was even defending him. Jesus, dude. Dude, that was so bad. That was so bad. No one was even defending him. He fell over on his own accord. Who said, Randa said that La Tortuga falls on his back. He's on his shell. He's on his shell right now. Yeah, this is, I mean, that's, Jesus, that's so bad. It's so bad. Maybe Fought Mob had it, they had it backwards. Maybe they meant that Inter Miami's playing with 9 men because Suarez isn't, he's doing nothing. Mr. says, I can understand Palistri replacing Ayande, but they still need a striker. They do. They should honestly terminate Ayande's loan. They should terminate his loan. That's too late. It's gonna be offside. Oh, almost got lucky. God, Suarez is so bad. Yeah, if Miami loses, they're essentially out. They're out. If they lose. Hell, if they tie it, they might be out. Tobar says, I don't get Palistri signing the sorry, there's a couple more comments. Signing it all. He literally has like 4 goals in 6 years. They just need speed. They need a playmaker who's technically sound and can run. And they don't have that right now. They have no speed at all. Like Yande's the fastest guy on the pit on the team, I think, and he's not even that fast. Rando says Miami is out equals Leagues Cup viewership goes down 90%. I mean, this is obviously this is a nightmare scenario for MLS and Liga MX. They didn't want they didn't want Miami to be out this early. But, silver lining if you're Miami is it shows you the deficiencies you have, that Messi masks the deficiencies you have. They need a striker so bad. Leo Campana was a striker last year. Now Leo Campana has been terrible for the Revs this year, but like it just shows how bad they need a striker. Let's see if they got one more. See if they can pull one back. They just need that was definitely a foul. That guy fouled the shit out of Redondo like twice. They're not no call though. No call, but they fouled him twice, but all right. But yeah, their priorities need to be striker and center back. Yes, El Caracol is terrible. He is absolute ass. He's shit. I think we need a nickname. I know we're giving all these names to all these players like La Tortuga, El Caracol. I think we need to call Redondo the Squid. I think that should be his nickname. Whatever it is in Spanish, we need to call him the Squid. Or hell, we can just call him the Squid. We can just call him that in English, the Squid. No Name says, I'm finally home. My Uber made Suarez look like Sonic. Crane says, no one goes for the run and transition. It's crazy. You can tell DePaul's pissed with no one making moves towards the goal. I mean, I'm telling you, there's a lot of deficiencies on this team. A lot of deficiencies on this team. Are they about to score again? 2 defenders in transition, 3 attackers. No one's marking the guy on the right. Easy goal. Oh, good save by Rocco. Is that Toto Alvarez? It is. Lucky that Rocco just bailed him out then. Oh, God. Is that Suarez with the ball? He's not going to give you a call, man. Is he? Did he give him a call? Or is Suarez about to get a call? Six minutes before Miami's officially out. Is it Calamar, really? Yeah, 6 minutes to score a goal. Take it to penalties. We'll see what happens. Alba off the header. Goal Inter Miami. We're going to penalties, folks. We're going to penalties. Miami might not be dead. Miami might not be dead. De Paul to Jordi Alba for the header. Who would have thought so? Who would have thought? Who's he giving a hug to? He's giving a hug to Fafa, and who's the other one? Is that Ian Frey? It is Ian Frey, I think. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it offsides? I don't know if it is offsides. Yeah, Ian Frey. Let's see. No, he's not offsides. Jordi Alba's definitely not offside. What a header. What a header. We're going to, hey, Miami's not dead yet, folks. Miami's not dead yet, folks. We got Rando renewing up to be a member of the channel again. Appreciate that, Rando. Miami's not dead yet. What a set piece by Rodrigo De Paul. What a set piece by Rodrigo De Paul. They have one more in him? Oh, no. A little over 3 minutes left. 2-2. Going to penalties as of now. Crazy finish. De Paul with 2 assists. GN MBG says, guys, it's 3 a.m. in Europe, and I can't sleep because of Miami. Gel says De Paul MVP by far. Yeah, I think De Paul is the player of the match. I think De Paul is the player of the match. Is it too late to vote on that? That's why they shouldn't be doing early voting. Oh, Suarez. Oh, nice. Oh, my God. Suarez back from the dead. And he falls again. Let's see. Servant says De Paul is ready to risk both lungs tonight. Nick Smith says he's still twice the speed of Suarez after 90 minutes. He is. Okay, let's see if they can hold on here. All right, good defending by Toto Alvarez. Bad. Oh, God. Cello. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, good block. Oh, good defending by Toto. Saved by Rocco. All right, guys. 2 minutes left of added time. 2 minutes of added time left. 2-2, Inter Miami and Necaxa. They have one more in them. Here we go. Caracol. God, Suarez is wide open. What are you doing? Oh, my God. Does Suarez even have any technical ability left at this point? Mr. says, I'll say it again. If only Suarez had pace. If only. This game has been crazy. I'm going to lose my voice. I might not even be able to do a stream tomorrow. I might not even be able to do the post game after this. I'm going to try my best, though. I'm like on the verge. I can just feel me about to lose my voice. If they score here, I might lose it. Oh, Jordi. Oh, God. Jordi Alba so close. What a strike. They get a touch on that? Yeah, I think he did. I think the guy touched on that. Or so deflected off of a defender. Let's see. See the replay on this. Either way, it's going to be a corner Inter Miami. De Paul's taking the corner. They got one more in him. A little over 30 seconds left of added time. Oh. Like Toto Alvarez climbed for that one. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Yannick Bright. What an effort play. Hell of effort by Yannick Bright. I think we're going to penalties. Necaxa gets a throw in. This is probably the last chance they get in regular time. Maybe they won't. Are they going straight to penalties? Yep, we're going to penalties. Yep, going to penalties. Going to penalties. So Inter Miami, not completely dead. They're guaranteed 1 point with the potential of getting 2 points. Potential to get 2 points. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. If Inter Miami win this game or in penalties and they get the 2 points, I believe that Messi will play in the next game. If against Pumas, if Inter Miami are able to win on penalties, and God help Rodrigo De Paul's soul, the dude looks absolutely exhausted. If they win, I believe Messi will play in the next game. I believe this. Nick, I think that they will be. I think they have a chance. I mean, look, you want to obviously maximize your, but you want to maximize your opportunity as much as you can. I mean, they 8 points could get you in. 8 points could. I mean, it really. They could be the last team in. They could be the 4th seed. They could be the 4th seed. I mean, let's see. There's a couple teams that have played 2 games already that don't have any points, or they have 1 point or 2 points. So I wouldn't rule them out yet. I would not rule it out yet. We're about to go to penalties. Inter Miami versus Necaxa. We'll see who gets the 2 points. We'll see who gets the 1 point. But hell, just such a all over the place game. All over the place game. Man, this is crazy stuff. Very draining. Uriel says he fell. Rando, that penalty shootout will determine the league's cup. Ka says Fafa should come in for Suarez. There's no substitutions at this point. It doesn't really matter in penalties. Small Scoop says, "Oh, hope he's good." Cali Rex says they are very unlikely to get through with the low goal scored. We'll just have to see. I mean, they could go crazy next game. Masad says Bright is such a great player. Unfortunately, he is not Argentine. Well, I guess he's got that going against him. Uriel says Suarez legs gave out. I don't know why they keep him. Small Scoop says Bro Necaxa was so tired they didn't even go for the throw in. They're gassed. Cringe says without a striker, I don't see Miami getting any trophies this year. Sad to say. I'm telling you, they need a striker bad. They need a striker, so that should be the priority. The hell with Facundo Palistri. They need to be going for a striker. They need to be going for a striker. Or try Tadeo Yande up top. I mean, he's not good as a winger. He's not supposed to be a winger. He's supposed to be a striker. They've got nothing. I mean, I would try him out, honestly. I would be starting Tadeo Yande up top over Suarez in the next game. That's me. They need a striker bad. All right, penalties are about to start. This is a chance to get 2 points or 1 point. Either way, both teams are guaranteed at least 1 point. They're going to do a coin flip to see who goes first. Hopefully, Kromowski's not calling this. Even though he's captain technically, hopefully he's not calling this. I guess he is. Oh, no. Let's see. See who goes first. 120 of you in the chat for the most important part of the game. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Make sure you like the stream down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 10K subs. We're almost at 8150. We're surging right now. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you're new to the channel. Also hit the little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos, live streams, emergency live streams, or any content we put out. Hope you guys are enjoying this tonight. I'm enjoying it very much. It's been a fun night. We'll see what happens. And remember, the post game will be out shortly after this game is over. One way or the other, we're doing a post game recap. So just make sure you are on the lookout for that after this game is over. Grizzly Blue says Vardy is an old man too. We need talent. Did someone say to sign? Did someone say that? Cringe says the worst decision Miami made was getting rid of Campana. He was a clutch for this team. Yeah, he's really failed at New England. He really hasn't done much since he left. All right, let's see what happens. Here we go. Necaxa is taking the first penalty. Let's see if they make it. See what happens. Here we go. Barry says, "Do you think next year for the two?" All right, let's see. Hold on. Oh, and they convert easily. Barry says, "Do you think next year or two the first round of the games expands to 4, 5, or 6? Top 4 from each league only playing 3 games doesn't seem like it's enough." I think what's going to happen next year is that they'll probably expand the amount of teams in advance. I think that that's probably what will happen. I think that instead of being 8, they'll probably figure out a way to expand it to more teams. That's what I think, at least. All right. Necaxa converted their penalty. Let's see if Rodrigo De Paul, he's the first one to take the penalty for Inter Miami. Let's see if he can finish this. Been player of the match of the game. Both sides. Rodrigo De Paul easily converts. 1-1. 1-1 in penalties. Clutch by Rodrigo De Paul. Bottom right corner. Hyping the crowd up, trying to get the crowd into it. Need the energy to pick up. All right. The Cox is up next. Let's see if they're able to convert. Keep their streak going. Looks like the Necaxa player is wearing Messi's cleats. Looked like he was wearing some Messi cleats. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, let's see. Oh, they convert 2-1. Necaxa up 2-1 in penalties. Rocco had no chances of saving that. No chance of saving that. Top left corner, no chance. Mister says De Paul equals De Balls. All right. El Caracol is up to take a penalty. Benjamin Kremoski, see if he can tie it up. See if he can finish this. Oh, Benjamin Kremoski looked like he was down the middle. 2-2. Wonder if this is going to be like an LAFC versus LAFC match tonight where it was 11-10 on penalties or 12-11 on penalties. All right, Necaxa is back up. See if they can keep their leads. 2-2 on penalties. Miami versus Necaxa. Why would they have him take a penalty of all people? He did. I don't think he almost missed. I mean, that was definitely ballsy to go down the middle. All right, let's see. Can they block it, Rocco? Oh, Rocco with the save. Rocco with the save. 2-2. Inter Miami with a chance to take the lead. Good goalkeeping by Rocco. Super Rocco. That was a good save by Rocco. Inter Miami with a chance. I bet it'll be. If I had a guess, I would say third will be Suarez, but I could be wrong. It could be Alba, but I would say it's probably gonna be Suarez next. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. It's Alba. Okay, Alba's taking the next. Let's see if Alba can put Miami on top. 2-2. Necaxa just missed their penalty. Let's see if Jordi Alba can put Inter Miami on top. 3-2. Oh, Jordi Alba, calm, cool, collective, gave him the finger wave, the finger wag. Jordi Alba, clutch. 3-2 Inter Miami over Necaxa. In the driver's seat to win this match. Talking his shit to the Necaxa goalkeeper. Man, that was calm, cool, and collected. Man, that was a beautiful penalty by Jordi Alba. Mr. Mister says, I know many don't rate him too highly, but I actually like Rocco. Rocco is just, I don't know. I just don't think he's good enough to be the guy. I just don't think he's good enough to be the guy, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's 3-2. Inter Miami on top. Necaxa. Looks like there's a fight on the sidelines right now by Sergio Busquets and looks like a couple players. Get a little chippy on the sidelines. Get a little chippy between some Miami players and some Necaxa players. Servant says the benefit of the Barca boys is experience in highly pressured moments like this. I agree. It looks like Necaxa's manager is talking with Sergio Busquets. Looks like something was said. Don't know what's going on, but it looks like there's a little bit of a scrum. All right, Necaxa's taking their penalty. It's 3-2. Miami with the lead. Let's see if Necaxa can finish this, make it interesting. They miss this. I think it's all but over for Necaxa. All right, see what Rocco can do. All right, here we go. Oh, they convert it. So it's 3-3. I said a minute ago that I thought that it was either going to be Suarez or Alba taking the next penalty. It was Alba. You would have to think Suarez is going to be next. You would have to think Suarez is going to be next taking the penalty. Ian says, just turned on my TV, women's soccer, men's beach, volleyball. What the heck is going on? Some kind of alternate universe. Oh, Redondo. Why is Suarez not? I don't understand. Why isn't Suarez taking a penalty? Wouldn't you think he'd be one of the first people to take a penalty? Is it because the lack of penalties in Miami gets called for them that they don't trust him to take a penalty? Let's see if Redondo can seal the deal for Miami. The Squid. All right, here we go. Redondo. Right down the middle. Miami 4-3 in penalties. It's good. All right, here we go. Necaxa, this is for the match. They make this. We'll see if Miami can seal the deal. If they miss it, it's over. Inter Miami advances, or not advance, but they win the in penalties. They get 2 points. They will have 5 points in Leagues Cup, and they will still be alive. He is gassed. He has no legs. So I guess he won't take a penalty unless he absolutely has to. All right, 4-3. Let's see. See if Rocco can save this. They got the goalkeeper taking the penalty. See what happens. Oh, converts it. 4-4. Miami. They make this. They win 2-1. They win 2 points. Let's see who's taking the penalty. We've had De Paul. We've had Kramaski, we've had Alba, and we had Redondo. Let's see who the next one is to take a penalty. Suarez. Got Suarez to seal the deal. Can Suarez redeem himself? Can La Tortuga make the penalty that will seal their fate of winning this game, at least getting 2 points, winning on penalties? Can La Tortuga seal the deal? Let's see. Let's see if he can do this. For Miami to win on penalties. 4-4. Luis Suarez. Oh, he made it. Oh, my God. That was so close. Oh, my God. Off the crossbar. I thought he missed it for a second. I thought he missed that. Oh, my God. Miami win on penalties. They get 2 points. I honestly thought he was going to miss that. Holy shit, that was close. I thought he rocketed that. I honestly thought he hit it way too hard. Either hit the crossbar, it was going to go off, but he made it. He made it. La Tortuga redeems himself, at least for now. Oh, my God. That was a crazy penalty. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That was so lucky. Oh, man. What a game. Crazy game. Well, I hope you guys were entertained by this live watch along. It's over now. Inter Miami gets 2 points. They got 5 points now. They are still alive. I fully expect Messi, could be wrong. I fully expect Messi to play in the next match for Inter Miami against Pumas. We will see. But they have 5 points. They are still very much in this for Leagues Cup to advance to the next round. We will see what happens, but I'm going to end it now. I hope you guys like the stream. I hope you like the stream down below. Subscribe to the channel. The post-game recap will be out within the next 30 minutes, so be on the lookout for that. Incredible night, guys. Appreciate every one of you for tuning in. Leagues Cup has been a blast so far. Hope you guys enjoyed as well. Till next time, guys, this is Will, and I will see you all soon.